Right. I am fucking sick and tired of the powers that be banning my fucking billboards and adverts for Dutch Barn. Sometimes there's just nothing wrong with them, right? One that was meant for the tube station just had me having a drink and it just said, one day you'll be underground for good. That was it. They went, no, can't have that because it might make people think, oh, because life's short, we should drink to excess. Who's fucking thinking that? Oh my God. Cowardly.
Ricky Gervais is possibly the greatest celebrity in the United Kingdom. I mean, I think he's such a talent, and I always have. The Office is probably my favorite comedy of all time. And what's been great over the years is seeing Ricky Gervais not necessarily become a political activist, but certainly a social activist. And I put him in the same category as J.K. Rowling, someone who is uncancelable. So when it came to Netflix, right, and the whole issue of the trans debate, he just said it. He said it because he knows he doesn't need this deal. He's got more money than he could ever possibly spend. And there's a power in that. And Ricky Gervais has decided to use that power now to take on the ludicrous censorship of London's failed mayor, Sadiq Khan. So he has this vodka brand, and the ads that he runs in London's tube are what you might call a little bit un-PC. Something that the woke mob don't enjoy. Look at that. Welcome to London. Don't forget your stab fest. And of course, that doesn't fit the Khan narrative. So TfL, an organisation which is run by Khan, even though they continue to deny this, keeps on seemingly pulling the advertisements down. Well, Ricky Gervais isn't having it anymore. He's mad as hell, and he's not going to hide it. And I am here for it. Watch.
Right. I am fucking sick and tired of the powers that be banning my fucking billboards and adverts for Dutch Barn. Sometimes there's just nothing wrong with them, right? One that was meant for the tube station just had me having a drink and it just said, one day you'll be underground for good. That was it. They went, no, can't have that because it might make people think, oh, because life's short, we should drink to excess. Who's fucking thinking that? Oh my God. Cowardly fucking cunts. Do you think it's my attitude? Oh, but you can't win because, right, you're not allowed to say alcohol's good for you or it does this or it makes you feel confident or it makes you feel attractive, which is fine. I went the other way. There was one advert I was reading from my laptop from government websites just saying about all the dangers of alcohol. They went, no, we don't like that. Do you know why? Because they don't like the truth either, because that puts off other advertisers, you know? Fuck me, honestly. So this is what we're going to do. Fuck them, okay? I'm going to sell directly to you. Go to the website, right? Sign up for our mailing list as well, and you can win a year's supply of Dutch Barn. Also, we save donkeys. So, save donkeys, fuck censors, Dutch Barn.
I just love him saying that with all of his BAFTAs and Golden Globes and Emmys lined up behind him. But Lilani Downing, there is something quite wonderful, I think, about the increasing activism, you know, of Ricky Gervais.
Oh, do you know, I love him.
He's so good. Apparently these, I need to stress, by the way, Lilani, apparently these ads were like CGI generated. So it was like, this is what they, or AI generated, I mean, sorry, this is what they would look like on the tube, but he wasn't allowed to put them up. Do you see what I mean? A very quick but personal message from me to you to let you know that the best way you can support Dan Wootton Outspoken is to subscribe to my Substack at www.outspoken.live. Substack is a free speech platform that protects me from big tech cancellation and lawfare. Paid annual or monthly subscribers get an extra hour of content with the Royal Uncancelled After Show available every weekday with no advertising whatsoever. You can also message me direct on there. That's www.outspoken.live.
Yeah, do you know what? They're brilliant. And I'm crying. It's like took the words right out my mouth. Cowardly fucking cunts. It makes me laugh so much. Sorry, I can't stop laughing because I haven't seen that video. It's so funny. Okay. Oh, sorry. I got to compose myself. He
Can
just
I just
speaks
say-
like me.
Yeah, you come in, Lizzie. You come in.
Can I just say, I absolutely, like, I am a happily
Oh.
married lady, okay? And in a non-romantic, weird way, I absolutely love Ricky Gervais. I love him because he's authentic. He does not care, and he will say it how it is. And he actually reminded me of you, Lani, in that video because of the C word. He said it was
Yes,
such
Lilani,
power and
you've been
gumption.
dropping C-bombs left, right, and centre at our dear leader, at our
But do you
dear
know
Keir
what?
Starmer.
We need more people like Ricky Gervais to
Yes.
speak out. And J.K. Rowling, when we look back in years and years and years to come, they are heroes for standing up and for speaking up. It's ridiculous that he's not allowed to have that. What happened to the times when you paid for an advert and it just got put up?
100%. 100%.
And you know what, Dan? Dan, he's so clever. Those ads were so clever. And you know what? The timing, though, of that one about the underground where it said, you know, welcome to London. Make sure you remember your stab vest. I mean, that was literally a couple of days before a mass stabbing. And they're saying, no, you can't have that because it's, you know, it doesn't represent. Well, actually, it doesn't just represent London, it represents the whole of the UK now. And I just love that he's prepared to, you know, to say how he feels. And even though they're banned, you know what, it doesn't matter because it's got out there far more people have now seen those mock-ups than they probably would have if they were on the trains, because, you know, it would have just been the people down in London on the tubes. It's global, it's across all of the UK. I've seen them up in Staffordshire. Everyone's seen them in America. Ricky Gervais is a genius, and I hope people do go and buy direct from him because, you know what, good on him. Good
and he
on
saves donkeys, which is a very good thing, Lilani.
I know, I love that
and
about
what
him.
is so interesting to me, right, is the difference in terms of how woke celebrities on the left with very hard left views are treated by big advertisers, right? Because it's not that I want them to be cancelled, but the hypocrisy is so fascinating to me, right? Because you would never see a big brand, a big supermarket brand, now hire J.K. Rowling or Ricky Gervais or Katie Hopkins to back one of their products, even though it would actually be very popular with the British people. But do you remember Dawn French was very much criticised for this video in regards to the Israeli Gaza conflict earlier in the year? Watch.
Complicated. No, but nuanced. But, you know, bottom line is no. Yeah, but, you know, they did a bad thing to us. I mean, yeah, but no. But we want that land, and we don't know, you know, got the history, and we got, you know, no. Those people, not even people, are they really? No.
So that was October the 7th, of course, which she was completely belittling. And lots of people said, well, we wouldn't want to see her in the M&S Christmas ad. Now, for me, it's not that I want anyone to be cancelled, but I would be very surprised if a mainstream family brand like M&S then decided, oh, we want someone like that, you know, someone who has expressed, I think, those revolting views. I'd be surprised if they would want them in their Christmas ad, you know, which is meant to be for everyone and about bringing everyone together. But the M&S Christmas ad has just been unveiled. We're going to watch it together. And I have to say, I do like me some M&S food at Christmas time, but they've stuck with it. They've gone with Dawn French. So let's watch along to this ad together. But first, let's be honest, finding a doctor who isn't just parroting big pharma talking points, practically impossible these days. But one bold Texas doctor of physical therapy is cutting through the nonsense, revealing 7 powerful reasons why anyone over 50 should be drinking this one overlooked thing daily. And no, it's not milk, not some chalky calcium shake either, don't worry. It's unique protein your body stops producing as you age, yet it's been shown to dramatically boost bone density, soothe joint pain, and even smooth out wrinkles and cellulite. Users are also seeing thicker hair, stronger nails, and faster results than you'd expect, some in just 2 weeks. And get this, over 5 million jars sold, more than 8,000 5-star reviews, and a 365-day money-back guarantee. That is confidence. So for my listeners, you can get up to 45% off this formula plus free shipping right now. Just head to trynativepath.com/outspoken.
We have a food industry that knows nothing about health and a health industry that knows nothing about food, right? And once you really understand that, you can see why we're in the problems that we are. We watch TV and they're feeding us all these foods that are refined and processed and get us sick. And the next commercial is a commercial about a pill that we're supposed to take. The forefront of what we do here at Native Path is we try to get people off the path of what most people are doing is eating that stuff and taking those pills and get them on the path to eating, moving, and living in harmony with their biology. Collagen is, in my opinion, it's the one thing that if you take it, everything else starts to get easier or unnecessary because it's so foundational in the structure of your body. We're deficient in this very important protein that our ancestors got plenty of. So it's a big part of what I say is important when we're aging. You have to have this as part of your diet.
Again, that's trynativepath.com/outspoken. No fluff, just results. Go see what the hype's about. And to watch my full, fascinating interview with the doctor, click on the link in the description box below. But now, back to the show.
Driving home for Christmas, yeah. I can't wait to see.
Oh, how long have we been here?
Oh, I know.
Ooh, hang on, Frenchie. And... Here we go.
I'm coming, cannabis!
Sorry. Ow!
Oh, fairy, yes, please.
We're closed.
Really?
We're open, apparently. Oh, look at these lovely prawny things.
They're M&S Black Tiger Prawn Paella Bites.
Just help yourself if you'd like to. That's it, you have. Ooh, fish chips and peas. Overcoat.
Do you have any fondue?
No, Twinkle. But I do have this delicious, pork and mushroom pate by Tom Kerridge.
World's gone mad.
This is not just food. This is M&S Christmas food.
Okay, so firstly, I love Christmas. Secondly, I like the look of that food. But it is odd to me. It's odd to me that you put someone who seemed to be denigrating Jews and what happened on October the 7th in an ad like that. It does feel off to me, but what do you think, Lizzie?
Well, first of all, I think that it's ridiculous that people get cancelled, first and foremost, for their opinions. But second of all, I agree with you with regards to what she said, and it is a little bit like, oh, okay. However, she is okay to say that and do that because that's kind of the narrative that we have seen up and down the country with the protests and that's been shared over the media. So the majority of people like Dawn French, the majority of famous people that I've seen do videos like that have said pretty much what she said. So it seems to be the narrative that's okay to say. So you're not going to get in trouble for that. And, you know, you're still going to be able to work for M&S. So I don't think it's right that people get cancelled. like I said. But I do also think that if it's okay for her to say that, it should also be okay for somebody who's a public figure or famous to say the opposite to what she said and not be cancelled for it and not, lose their livelihood for it. I've said it before on here, my husband went on Question Time and said that Britain is a warm, welcoming and tolerant country, which is the truth.
And lost all of his acting work. It is so wrong, isn't it, Lilani? And that is the thing. It's like, I would love there to be overall tolerance, right, for all of our political views. But there is such a rank hypocrisy about the fact that Dawn French can spread her anti-Israeli, or some would say anti-Jew hate, I don't know how you want to phrase it, but that she can spread that, end up in the nice M&S ad, but you just know that's never going to be the case for Lawrence Fox or J.K. Rowling or now Ricky Gervais.
Well, I think that's it, isn't it? It's the hypocrisy that annoys everybody and upsets everybody. And I think when she first came out with it, we had the discussion about how, maybe she shouldn't be cancelled. It was a wrong thing to do, but, don't necessarily cancel her, because we will stand up for everybody's views. If she wants that opinion, let her have that opinion. If somebody, some might want to start throwing around anti-Semitism, the same way they might start saying, someone else is Islamophobic, right? So there's two different sides, there's two different opinions. Only one side is going to get cancelled because the whole thing is it's hypocritical. And then 100%. You have, if you were against the men in women's bathrooms and women's spaces and those kind of men, then you'd probably get cancelled from an ad like that, because that would be going against the narrative. So there's certain things that are okay, there's certain things that are not. And again, it's the people like us that kind of say, look, we want everybody to be able to have the ability to say and express themselves, as long as they're not inciting violence and asking for death to anybody. Then, we want you to be able to have the opinion. But again, those people would be, I feel like she would be cheering on Lawrence and cheering on anybody that got cancelled if it doesn't kind of go along with.
Always. It is that massive rank hypocrisy of the elite class. But look, a fascinating discussion. So brilliant to have you both. And of course, you can find Lilani Dowding on X for her brilliant social commentary. And likewise, Elizabeth Fox, who posts on X under the name California Frizz. So that is what you need to search to find her. Thank you both so much. Love having you always. Hope to see you soon. Thank you both. And we are going to reveal today's greatest Britain Union jackass in just one moment. First to your feedback, and thank you for the super chats, by the way. Abatus says, congratulations Tommy Robinson for the not guilty verdict. Keir the traitor Starmer would have used this to arrest all of us for supporting a terrorist, while stabbers aren't known as terrorists. What a wanker that PM truly is. And Charlotte Brown says, Tommy Robinson, keep being you. Solarian Unlimited says, and the MSM keep referring to his previous misbehaviour as though he is living and breathing that today, and the ultimate insult of being branded far right instead of just right. Jackie Gummer says, I'm glad the whole world is watching. What damned fools they look today. And Raymond Steele says, fuck the mainstream, Outspoken kicks ass. Yes, Raymond, thank you so much. And thank you for all of your support today. Of course, we do have a whole other special episode that we did record this morning live from the Tommy Robinson verdict. And I do recommend you check that out. Now, your nominees for the worst Britain in the world today. Our Union jackass, Rachel Reeves, nominated by It's Only Me 44 for her pre-budget speech, which has seen the FTSE crashing. John Swinney, nominated by Protect Rights for putting the feelings of men in wigs over the safeguarding of girls. And Tim Davie, nominated by Scott Fly 23 for the BBC's despicable doctoring of that Donald Trump speech. There's only one winner today, though. This is an overwhelming one. With 7% of the vote in third place, John Swinney, the runner-up with 10% of the vote, Tim Davie. But today's worst Britain in the world, because you just know she's going to put up her taxes. I couldn't despise her anymore. Rachel from Accounts. And today's Greatest Britain is Tommy Robinson, nominated by Sarah Booth for proving he was not just innocent, but correct, unlike the cops. And she says also the Outspoken coverage superb. Thank you so much. Plus an honorary mention to the man with the flag for summing up so perfectly what we all think of Star. And if you did miss that, as I say, go and check out our special live episode, Tommy Robinson Not Guilty.
Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.